You use them every day, but do you really know them? Today, we're diving into 55 random facts about things you touch, eat, and rely on daily. Get ready to have your mind blown. Let's go. Your toothbrush may seem clean, but it can actually be a breeding ground for bacteria. Since it often sits in an open space in your bathroom, it can collect airborne bacteria, especially when you flush the toilet without closing the lid. Studies have found that a toothbrush can harbor millions of bacteria, including E. coli and Staphylococcus. To keep your toothbrush as clean as possible, store it upright in a dry place, avoid sharing brushes, and replace it every 3 months. Many people assume that soap has antibacterial properties that kill germs, but in reality, it works by breaking down oils and dirt on the skin, allowing germs to be rinsed away with water. This is why scrubbing thoroughly for at least 20 seconds and rinsing properly is crucial for effective hand washing. Without proper scrubbing, germs can remain on your hands even after washing. Torotopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, has the unique ability to revert its cells to an earlier stage of development after reaching adulthood. This process, called transdifferentiation, allows it to bypass death and essentially restart its life cycle. While these jellyfish can still be eaten by predators, in theory, they could live indefinitely under the right conditions. Contrary to the common belief that microwaving zaps nutrients from food, it is actually one of the best ways to retain them. Unlike boiling, which can leach vitamins and minerals into the water, microwaving uses less heat and shorter cooking times, preserving more nutrients. Just make sure to use microwave-safe containers to avoid harmful chemical exposure. Chocolate contains theobromine, a compound that is harmless to humans but can be deadly for dogs. Dogs metabolize theobromine much more slowly than humans do, allowing it to build up to toxic levels in their system. Dark chocolate and cocoa powder contain the highest amounts of theobromine, making them especially dangerous. Symptoms of chocolate poisoning in dogs include vomiting, diarrhea, rapid heart rate, and seizures. If your dog accidentally eats chocolate, seek veterinary help immediately. The oldest known laced shoe, found in an Armenian cave, dates to around 3,500 BCE. The shoe, made from a single piece of leather and laced with a cord, demonstrates that humans have been using laces for millennia to secure footwear. Wooden cutting boards absorb bacteria into their surface, while plastic ones develop deep knife grooves that trap germs. Studies have found that improperly cleaned cutting boards can contain more bacteria than a toilet seat. To prevent cross-contamination, wash your board with hot soapy water after each use, disinfect it with vinegar or hydrogen peroxide, and replace it if it develops deep cuts. In the early days of typewriters, mechanical keys would jam if users typed too fast. The QWERTY layout was created to space out commonly used letters, reducing typing speed and preventing jams. Despite the lack of mechanical constraints in modern keyboards, QWERTY remains the standard layout, even though alternatives like the Dvorak keyboard exist, which are designed for greater efficiency. Charles Osborne, an American man, holds the record for the longest case of hiccups, which lasted from 1922 to 1990, an astonishing 68 years. He was estimated to have hiccuped around 430 million times during his lifetime. His condition mysteriously stopped on its own 1 year before his death. Many people believe that if food is picked up from the floor within 5 seconds, it's still safe to eat. However, bacteria can transfer to food almost instantly upon contact with a contaminated surface. Studies have shown that the type of floor surface and the moisture level of the food both influence how much bacteria is picked up. In general, it's best to avoid eating anything that has fallen on the floor, especially in public places. Coffee is a daily ritual for millions of people, helping them wake up and stay focused. The average American consumes around 8.4 cups of coffee per week, but this number varies depending on lifestyle and location. In some cities, coffee consumption is much higher, with office workers and students relying on caffeine to power through long days. Despite its popularity, too much coffee can lead to caffeine dependency and sleep disturbances. Dark lenses cause your pupils to dilate, making them less responsive to natural light changes. Over time, this can strain your eyes and even lead to light sensitivity. Sunglasses should primarily be used outdoors to protect against UV rays. Honey is one of the few foods that can last indefinitely without going bad. Archaeologists have discovered jars of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Honey's long shelf life is due to its low moisture content and high acidity, which create an environment where bacteria and mold cannot thrive. As long as it is stored in a sealed container, honey can last forever. Elections in North Korea are largely symbolic, with voters expected to approve pre-selected candidates without real choice. Dissenting votes are rare and can have severe consequences. Despite looking light and fluffy, clouds are made up of tiny water droplets, which means they have mass. A typical cumulus cloud can weigh as much as 1.1 million pounds, about 500,000 kilograms. However, because the droplets are spread out over a large area and supported by rising air currents, clouds remain suspended in the sky. The world's first traffic light was a manually operated, gaslit signal placed outside the Houses of Parliament. It was designed to regulate horse-drawn carriages but exploded after a few months, leading to its removal. While humans and bananas may seem completely different, at a genetic level, they share about 60% of the same DNA. This is because all living organisms evolved from a common ancestor. However, this doesn't mean humans are closely related to bananas. It simply reflects the fundamental biological similarities that exist between all life forms. Due to thermal expansion, the iron in the Eiffel Tower expands when exposed to heat, causing the structure to increase in height by up to 6 inches (15 centimeters) during the summer. In colder months, the tower contracts back to its original height. This effect is common in metal structures and is taken into account by engineers when designing bridges, buildings, and other large constructions. Wearing headphones for long periods can trap sweat, oil, and bacteria against your skin, leading to clogged pores and breakouts around your ears, jawline, and cheeks. The friction from the ear pads can also irritate sensitive skin. To prevent acne, clean your headphones regularly, take breaks from wearing them, and wipe down your ears after long listening sessions. The full ceremonial name of Bangkok, Thailand, is Krung Thep Mahanakan Aman Ratnakosan Mahanthara Yathaya Mahadalak Fop Nafrat Ratchathani Burim Udam Ratchani Wet Mahasathan Aman Piman Alwatan Sathat Sakathathia Wits Anakam Prasit. The locals simply call it Krung Thep. YKK stands for Yoshida Kojo Kabushiki Keisha, a Japanese company that produces nearly half of the world's zippers. YKK zippers are known for their durability and quality, making them the preferred choice for many clothing and accessory manufacturers. Despite its purchasing power, the actual production cost of a $1 bill is around 5 cents due to the materials and printing process. Higher denomination bills cost slightly more due to additional security features. When your phone is constantly searching for a network, it drains the battery more quickly. Enabling airplane mode when you don't need connectivity, such as during flights or while sleeping, reduces power consumption and extends battery life significantly. Walter Morrison, the inventor of the Frisbee, loved his creation so much that after he passed away in 2010, his ashes were molded into a Frisbee. His family honored his wishes by having his remains incorporated into the toy he helped popularize. The wireless technology that connects our phones, headphones, and speakers is named after King Harald Bluetooth Gormson, a Viking ruler of Denmark in the 10th century. He was known for uniting different tribes, much like Bluetooth technology unites different devices. The symbol for BLUETOOTH is actually a combination of the Norse runes for his initials. Growing cotton, dyeing, and processing jeans require an enormous amount of water. Some brands are adopting water-saving techniques, such as using recycled water or eco-friendly dyes, to reduce the environmental impact. Ill-fitting shoes can lead to blisters, bunions, corns, and even long-term foot deformities. Properly fitted shoes with adequate arch support can prevent these issues and promote foot health. Heat causes natural fibers like cotton and wool to contract, making clothes appear smaller after washing. Synthetic fabrics, while less prone to shrinkage, can also be affected by high temperatures. To prevent shrinkage, air drying or using low heat settings is recommended. Many people assume that the different colored stripes in toothpaste indicate unique benefits, such as added whitening, extra fluoride, or breath-freshening properties. However, in most cases, these stripes serve no functional purpose beyond aesthetics. The ingredients in toothpaste are usually the same throughout, and the colors are simply a marketing trick designed to make the product look more appealing. Unlike cotton, which absorbs moisture and stays wet, will wicks moisture away from the skin, keeping feet dry and warm. This makes wool socks an excellent choice for cold weather, hiking, and sports. Many modern polyester fabrics are derived from PET plastic, the same material used in water bottles. The bottles are cleaned, melted, and spun into fibers to create fabric, making polyester a more sustainable option in the fashion industry. Most people associate carrots with the bright orange color we see today, but historically, they came in a variety of colors, including purple, yellow, and white. The orange carrot, as we know it, was selectively bred by Dutch farmers in the 17th century, possibly as a tribute to the Dutch royal family, the House of Orange. These orange carrots eventually became the dominant variety due to their sweeter taste and higher beta-carotene content. Many people assume that dropping a phone is the only way to crack the screen, but rapid temperature shifts can also weaken the glass over time. Going from a hot environment like a parked car in summer to an air-conditioned room, or from the cold outdoors into a warm space, causes the materials inside the phone to expand and contract. Over time, this stress can make screens more prone to cracking. Over the months and years, pillows accumulate dust mites, dead skin cells, sweat, and other microscopic debris which can add to their weight. This buildup can trigger allergies and respiratory issues. To keep your pillow clean, wash it every few months and replace it every 1 to 2 years for optimal hygiene and comfort. People who learned to type on typewriters were taught to add to spaces after a period to improve readability. However, modern word processors and digital fonts are designed with proportional spacing, making the extra space unnecessary. While some people still double space out of habit, most style guides, including those used by publishers and journalists, recommend using just one space after a period. Brushing twice a day for 2 minutes may not seem like much, but over a lifetime, these sessions add up to about 180 days. That's 6 months dedicated solely to keeping your teeth clean. This is time well spent, as good oral hygiene prevents cavities, gum disease, and other health complications. If your shower head isn't regularly cleaned, it can accumulate bacteria, mold, and fungi that get sprayed onto your skin during a shower. A biofilm of harmful microorganisms can develop inside the shower head, and instead of washing away germs, you could be dousing yourself in even more bacteria. To prevent this, clean your shower head with vinegar, run hot water through it regularly, and replace it every few years. That fresh-cut grass scent we associate with a well-maintained lawn is actually a chemical reaction triggered by plant distress. When grass is cut, it releases compounds called greenleaf volatiles, which help the plant heal from damage and act as a warning signal to other plants. Some scientists believe that these compounds may even attract insects that feed on grass-munching pests. Listening to music at high volumes through headphones can damage the tiny hair cells in the inner ear, leading to permanent hearing loss over time. Experts recommend following the 60-60th rule. Keep the volume at no more than 60% and listen for no more than 60 minutes at a time. Noise-canceling headphones can help reduce the need to increase the volume in noisy environments. Leaving a phone charger plugged in when it's not connected to a device still consumes electricity, though in small amounts. This phenomenon is called vampire energy or phantom load. While one charger might not make a huge difference, collectively, unused electronics can contribute to wasted energy. Unplugging chargers when not in use can help save electricity and reduce your energy bill. Taking a cold shower may seem like an uncomfortable experience, but it actually has several health benefits. Exposure to cold water can stimulate the production of white blood cells, which help fight off infections. Cold showers also improve circulation, reduce muscle soreness, and even increase alertness by triggering the release of adrenaline. Some studies suggest that regular cold showers can lead to a stronger immune response over time. An octopus has one main heart that pumps oxygenated blood throughout its body and two smaller hearts that pump blood through its gills. When an octopus swims, the main heart temporarily stops beating, which is why these creatures prefer crawling along the ocean floor instead of swimming for long periods. Additionally, their blood is blue because it contains copper-based hemocyanin instead of iron-based hemoglobin, which is found in humans. While we commonly think of a day as being exactly 24 hours, the actual time it takes for Earth to complete one full rotation is about 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. This is called a sidereal day. However, because Earth is also orbiting the Sun at the same time, the extra 4 minutes are needed to align with the Sun again, making our standard 24-hour day necessary for daily life. A damp towel left hanging in your bathroom after a shower creates the perfect environment for mold, mildew, and bacteria to thrive. If a towel isn't properly dried between uses, it can start to develop a musty odor in less than 24 hours. To keep your towels fresh, hang them in a well-ventilated area, avoid folding them while damp, and wash them at least once a week. The warm and damp interior of a coffee machine provides an ideal environment for mold, yeast, and bacteria to grow. Studies have found that the coffee reservoir can contain more germs than a bathroom sink. To prevent bacterial buildup, clean removable parts regularly with soap and hot water and run a cycle with white vinegar once a month to disinfect the machine. Lightning can reach temperatures of about 30,000 Kelvin, 53,540 degrees Fahrenheit, while the surface of the Sun is around 6,000 Kelvin, 10,340 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme heat causes the air around a lightning bolt to expand rapidly, producing the loud sound of thunder. Despite its immense heat, a lightning bolt lasts only a fraction of a second. Botanically speaking, a berry is a fruit that develops from a single ovary and has multiple seeds inside. By this definition, bananas, tomatoes, and cucumbers are berries, while strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are not. Strawberries develop from a flower with multiple ovaries, making them an aggregate fruit rather than a true berry. The classification may be surprising, but it's based on the scientific structure of the fruit rather than how we commonly think of them. The human stomach contains strong acids that help break down food, but these acids are so powerful they could also digest the stomach itself. To prevent this, the stomach regenerates its lining every few days, replacing old cells with new ones. This continuous renewal helps protect the stomach from damage and maintains proper digestion. Due to thermal expansion, the iron in the Eiffel Tower expands when exposed to heat, causing the structure to increase in height by up to 6 inches, 15 centimeters during the summer. In colder months, the tower contracts back to its original height. This effect is common in metal structures and is taken into account by engineers when designing bridges, buildings, and other large constructions. Flossing isn't just about keeping your teeth clean, it could actually help you live longer. Poor oral hygiene has been linked to heart disease, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's disease. Flossing removes plaque buildup and bacteria from between the teeth and gums, reducing the risk of inflammation and infections that can contribute to serious health issues. Studies suggest that people who floss regularly may live an average of 6 years longer than those who don't. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and computers interferes with the body's production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. Exposure to screens before bedtime can make it harder to fall asleep and reduce sleep quality. Experts recommend avoiding screens at least an hour before bed or using blue light filters to minimize the impact. Many people use deodorant daily to stay fresh, but it's important to know that deodorant and antiperspirant are not the same. Deodorants mask body odor by neutralizing bacteria, but they don't actually stop sweat production. Antiperspirants, on the other hand, contain aluminum-based compounds that temporarily block the sweat glands, reducing the amount of sweat that reaches the skin's surface. If you want to prevent sweating altogether, you need an antiperspirant rather than just deodorant. Denim jeans, now a fashion staple, were originally designed for miners and laborers in the 19th century. The durable fabric and reinforced stitching made them perfect for tough working conditions. Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis patented the design in 1873, adding copper rivets to strengthen stress points. Over time, jeans became popular among cowboys, factory workers, and eventually the general public. This rare phenomenon, known as the triple point, occurs when a substance exists in all three states: solid, liquid, and gas simultaneously. It happens under very specific conditions of temperature and pressure. Scientists can replicate this in controlled lab settings, and it's an important principle in physics and thermodynamics. Unlike many other fruits, pineapples have an extremely slow-growing cycle. From the time a pineapple plant is planted, it takes about 18 to 24 months for a single fruit to fully develop. Once harvested, the plant can produce another fruit, but at a slower rate. This long growing period is part of the reason why pineapples are more expensive compared to other tropical fruits. I hope you find these facts intriguing, and there you have it, 55 random facts about the everyday things we use. Who knew our daily lives were so full of hidden trivia? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.